Welcome back, everybody. I'm the Kerplunq, and today I'm going to be looking at something a little bit special to me. We're going to be looking at my very first favorite video game. This is Sega's 1982 Zaxxon. Now, this memory is actually going to bring me right back to a really young Kerplunq. Like, I'm talking like kindergarten, grade 1 age. Now, during this time, we lived really close to a lot of relatives, and quite often we would visit my aunt and uncle. And my uncle had a TRS-80 color computer that he had in his basement, and that's where him and my cousins would play their games or do their tax program if there was a tax program. I remember some financing program that was on it. And they had a bunch of books so you could type in your code, I guess your basic code for games. They also had a bunch of tapes because it played a lot of programs off of cassette tape. And also there was a cartridge slot on it, which they had a few games for. Now, this particular day, it was early in the morning. We went over there and I slipped downstairs. And in the tape deck was this copy of a game called Zaxxon. I thought it was an odd name, so I thought, you know what? Let's boot this up. Let's try it out. See if it's another fun little game. So I rewound the tape, pressed the play and the pause, turned the system on, typed C load, pressed enter, and waited. And waited. And after a little bit of time, the game loaded. And the little demo for the game started to play. And my little mind was blown away. It was the first time I saw something with, well, at the time, such intense graphics. Everything was like 3D. Things are blowing up. When the ship blew up, it exploded all over the place. I was just so amused with the whole concept of the game. So I picked up the controller and decided to go for it. So I started playing, and it felt like I played for about 5-10 minutes when my mom came downstairs, told me it was time to go. I'd been down there for hours. So I guess that marks my first real video game addiction. The first game that actually made me lose track of time. Not the last, but it was the absolute first. Now, it's been quite a while since I've played or even seen this game. And what can I say about Zaxxon after all these years? Well, I think the graphics are still pretty amazing. If you think about the time frame of when this game came out and what else was on the store shelves, this game is definitely a big player. The game has a very odd angle to it. I find it's kind of hard to judge your depth, but I find that it did put the whole 3D perspective into the game. Not only were you left and right, but you're also up and down. Now the controls, they're okay. You just gotta play around with it, and eventually you'll pick it up. I've never been a fan of inverted controls, and this game has them, obviously. But it's easy enough to grasp. Just after a good, couple minutes of playing around with the joystick, you'll figure it out. Now, one part that I'm not very good at, as you can tell through the video, is when you start going into the actual deep space sections. You're trying to shoot down the other ships. Always found it, and I still find it really hard to judge. Am I on the same level or even the same angle as the other guys? And as you can clearly see, I miss most of those guys. So, after all this time and playing around with it, I could definitely see why I got hooked as a little kid. With, I guess, the steep learning curve to the whole depth, I was always trying to get farther and farther than I did last time, and always trying to shoot down more of those other ships in the space sections. So I have to say, after all this time, actually, Zaxxon, still a pretty badass game. So do you remember your first favorite game? Or how about the first game that you lost track of time playing? Why don't you leave your comments down below? And also don't forget to like and subscribe my video. I do a lot of these memories of gaming through my past and hope to spark some nostalgia with you and maybe some games that you've played in the past. So thanks for watching, guys, and until next time, keep gaming.